Way up on the desolate surface of the moon, a pioneering explorer has just gone silent. After a whirlwind of discovery, India's Chandrayaan-3 rover is now sitting completely motionless, facing the most extreme challenge of its entire life. So yeah, the big question on everyone's mind is, what happened? Is this the end for this incredible little rover, or is there still a glimmer of hope? To figure that out, we really have to understand the amazing journey that brought it to this very moment.
And to really get what's at stake here, you have to appreciate where it is. We're talking about the lunar South Pole, a place humanity has never, ever touched before. It's a region that might just hold the key to our future in space, but it's also one of the most hostile environments you can imagine. But before we get into its current, cliffhanger situation, we have to talk about why this rover's silence is such a big deal. This wasn't just another mission. Nope. This was a truly historic and frankly unbelievably low-budget triumph. I mean, you really can't overstate how huge this achievement was. This wasn't just India's first successful moon landing. It was humanity's first ever landing near the lunar South Pole, a place we think is packed with water ice. From the second it touched down, this mission had already made history. And here's the part that just blows my mind. They did all of this for a price tag that is, well, it's just astounding. The entire mission cost only $75 million. And just to give you some context for that number, China's similar lunar rover mission cost more than double that. This wasn't just a win. It was a masterclass in how to do incredible science on a shoestring budget. But you see, that remarkable efficiency, it came with a huge gamble. It was a calculated risk against the single biggest challenge on the moon, the brutal 14-day deep freeze of the lunar night. So what in the world is a lunar night? Well, because the moon rotates so slowly, any single spot on its surface gets about 14 Earth days of non-stop sunlight, and then it's immediately followed by 14 Earth days of complete, unforgiving darkness. And the difference between the two is, well, it's literally a night and day. During the lunar day, the rover's solar panels are just soaking up energy, and the mission is a beehive of activity. But when that night falls, the power goes out. The science has to stop, and survival becomes the only goal. And survival is absolutely not a guarantee. Without any sunlight, temperatures plummet to a mind-boggling -200 degrees Celsius. That is so cold, it can make electronics brittle enough to just shatter like glass. So knowing this absolutely brutal deadline was looming, the whole mission became this intense 14-day sprint. It was a flat-out race against the sun to get as much groundbreaking science done as possible before the lights went home. One of the rover's coolest tools was its laser spectrometer. And the way this thing works is straight out of science fiction. It fires a powerful laser at the ground, which instantly vaporizes a tiny bit of rock into plasma. Then it just analyzes the light from that plasma to figure out exactly what it's made of. So what did it find? All sorts of useful stuff for future moon bases. We're talking aluminum, iron, silicon, even oxygen that's locked up in the soil. But the big find was the confirmed presence of sulfur, which is something orbiters had never been able to spot from way up high. Now, while the rover was busy analyzing the surface, its lander, the part that stayed put, was making an equally stunning discovery. And it all happened just a few centimeters underground. Okay, get this. The lander drilled a probe about 10 centimeters into the lunar soil. Scientists were expecting the South Pole's surface to be, kind of cool, maybe 20 Celsius. Nope. It was a blistering 60 degrees. That's hotter than a summer day in the Sahara Desert. But wait, this is the part that blew everyone's mind. Just 8 centimeters down, the temperature plunged to -10 degrees. That is a 70-degree temperature swing over just a few inches. This tells us that the top layer of moon dust is an insanely good insulator, a discovery that's going to completely rewrite our models of the moon. All of that incredible science crammed into just 2 weeks. And that brings us right back to where we started, the long, cold wait. The mission is now in its most uncertain phase, just waiting for the sun to rise. So you might be asking, why is survival such a long shot? Well, it all comes down to a key engineering trade-off they made to keep the costs so low. India's rover, Pragyan, has no internal heater, unlike China's rover, which has a pricey radioactive unit to keep it warm. Pragyan was basically designed to just face the cold and hope for the best.
with no way to generate its own heat, the engineers did the only thing they could. As one final command, they carefully positioned the rover's solar panel to face the exact spot on the horizon where the sun would rise 14 days later. They gave it the absolute best shot to catch those first life-giving rays of light.
So, whether we ever hear from it again or not, this mission is already a profound success. It's rewritten our understanding of the moon and cemented India's place as a major power in space. Its legacy is totally secure. But you have to wonder, what other secrets could this brave little rover unlock if it wakes up?